We want all illegal foreigners to be mass deported out of this country. That's number one. Number two, you cannot have asylum here if there's no war in your country. Which asylum seeker goes to home December? We are not stupid. Number three, if you are a legal foreigner in this country, you cannot have a job that doesn't require of you to have a special skill. So those 3 points, that is our position as the Patriotic Alliance. They call me xenophobic. In the current context, in South Africa, the word has lost its meaning. When somebody calls me xenophobic, I hear patriotic. Because in this country, foreigners should go home. We as the Patriotic Alliance call us xenophobic, call us what? Our children are not having jobs. People here, the restaurant, the service industry, 100% has been taken over by Zimbabweans working in all the restaurants in South Africa. When the Patriotic Alliance take over, as you see what's happening in the Central Karoo, I've done nothing yet. They are packing by themselves because they know I'm not here to sell people out. They can call me xenophobic. I don't really care.
If you've enjoyed this video so far, please do me a huge favour and hit the like button and subscribe. These videos take quite a long time to make, so if you could help me out, I'll love you forever. Thank you all for your support. Now let's get back to this crazy story.
Now, this is the penultimate number and it's number 2. At number 2, I present to you Kweku Africa. Wow! This guy has a thunderous voice. Like when he speaks, you wanna listen. I've been able to watch a couple of his videos and I sincerely will tell you that he makes great impression in whatever content he's going to present. Thank you so much, Mr. Kweku. Keep up the good work.
Following the incessant illegal crossing by Zimbabweans into South Africa, a group by name Zimbabwe Immigration Federation, they have written a press release and they have condemned the incessant illegal immigration of Zimbabweans into South Africa. And again, a community in KwaZulu-Natal have ordered all foreign nationals living in that community to leave effective immediately as a result of an unalivement of a local in the area. If this is your first time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And now, let's get into the video as I take you into these epistles.
Nenzani pho lana ngoba inkosi ikhulumile nani yathi iyayinikeza u7 days ukuthi ni mawungenala ipassport noma ipermit yokuba la uphindele ekhaya kungani lani anihambile ngani
Niyakoloza nto
nikolozela inkosi
khona isizwe khona sizwe manje phambi yasethuka
Moblo wethathu ngoba kuthiwa nimathathu amantombazane. Uye. Enzani njena nginikeza u3 days. Uma ngibuya la emva kwa3 days ngisela kuzoxatana. Akuzozwana impela nje niyaphuma la nibuyele ekhaya. Angifuneki la kaMpumuza ngoba ninawo amaphepha okubala. Yezwa kahle. Uyezwa nawe? Makushaya nje ulokhuzana lesinganginamhlanje isonto. Ngolesithathu angini mangibuya namaphoyisa ngifike ningasekho ngoba make zoniphica sonibona nonke seniyoboshwa ngoba ninamaphepha beSouth Africa. Kezwa kahle.
ubami nazo musa
Uba igama lakhe lomuntu.
Uba umakoti wala ekhaya. Uba umakoti omfana. Uba noqomo ogana umfana.
wena ushadile
Nishadile.
you are married
How many years?
Kuthiwa le ndoda inabafazi abathathu.
umunye umntwana lo umunye ukhulele futhi
So with respect to how, illegal immigrants, popularly made up of Zimbabweans, are crossing the Limpopo River and crossing to South Africa every day, even with the presence of the South African military, these people are not perturbed. They are still crossing every day. Now, a coalition of legal Zimbabweans in South Africa who have a group named as Zimbabwe Immigration Federation, they have issued a press release and they are condemning their colleagues for crossing to South Africa illegally. And they say that the founder and the first chairman of Zimbabwe Immigration Federation, Mr. Luke Chiviti, SJ, and all of our members have noted with great sadness a number of videos circulating on all social media handles where individuals assumed to be Zimbabweans are entering South Africa via the Limpopo River and not through the legal immigration point of entry. Now, they go further and say that our organization condemns illegal immigration and expects all Zimbabweans entering South Africa to do so through a legal port of entry using a valid passport visa, which must be stamped by immigration officials from Zimbabwe and South Africa. And they continue by saying that Zimbabwe Immigration Federation hereby calls upon all citizens of the Republic of Zimbabwe not to cross into Zimbabwe illegally. We consider all persons crossing illegally to South Africa as criminals and must therefore be arrested by law enforcement officials and imprisoned or deported back into Zimbabwe. All refugees entering South Africa must report to the immigration officers at SA side in the Beige Bridge, and if allowed to, will be sent to one of the refugee centers in South Africa procedurally. Now, this was signed by Luke M. Jeviti, SJ, who is the founder and chairperson of Zimbabwe Immigration Federation. So, this is a federation based in South Africa. So, they are Zimbabwean migrants who relocated to South Africa illegally. Now, take note, we always have legal migrant and illegal migrant. The illegal migrant are those who, use the unfollowed path, illegal places to enter South Africa. And the legal ones are those who come genuinely with everything intact. So, they have an association in South Africa and they have written this letter. What do you make of it? If you're South African, what do you make of this letter? Is it a step in the right direction? I think it's a step in the right direction. Now, let's move on to the next main topic. This video was shared by Operation Dudula. I showed it on their Facebook handle. Now, according to them, a community in KwaZulu-Natal, they are threatening or they are asking all foreigners living in the community to, as a matter of urgency, leave the community. Why? Because they are saying that a local who apparently lives with a foreign national in that community, the guy has unalived the lady, and they think that it has caused disturbance and chaos in the community. And so, to forestall peace, they want all foreigners out of that community. Let me read, what Operation Dudula posted. He said that residents in Estcourt, KwaZulu-Natal, Midlands have demanded that all foreign nationals vacate the area immediately. The decision follows a heated mass meeting yesterday, prompted by the alleged unalivement of a local woman by her foreign national partner. Community leaders say that the move aims to protect the local safety and prevent further incident. But this is my take of the whole story. So I will tell you that, in fact, it is very sad that you go to somebody's community or country, you are accepted and you are allowed to settle into the country. Then, out of the blue moons or out of anything that makes you angry or any small misunderstanding, you decide to, go all out and misbehave. It's so painful and it causes, a lot of troubles for the other foreigners. And that's exactly what this guy has caused for all the foreigners in the area. In fact, the pain, the anger, the grief of the community is real. And I tell you that no family deserves to lose a loved one. It's so painful. But South Africa is also a constitutional democracy, not a mob rule. We should also take note of that. And we should know that in every decision that we take, in as much as there are foreigners in South Africa, there are South Africans in a lot of countries. There are South Africans in the diaspora. There are even South Africans living as far as Nigeria. Take note. There are South Africans living their lives in Nigeria. All right. Where I live, there are South Africans living here. So imagine one day, and in fact, South Africans are not angels, although they have very good moral character, just like we Ghanaians. They are also they have very good character. When they go to certain countries, they behave very well. South Africans behave very well. But they are also very bad South Africans. Like recently, where I live, there was a situation of a South African who was also married to an indigene. They also had a disagreement, and the guy couldn't control his temper and hit the lady, and the guy was in prison and arrested. But imagine if, the countrymen also decide to kick all South Africans living in that country out or in that community out. And these are South Africans living, teaching and making very great money. Like the amount of money they make is better. It's better compared to back there. I'm not saying South Africa doesn't pay. I'm not saying that. But obviously, when you travel abroad to teach, the reward that comes is huge than when you are in the home country. So a number of South Africans who are in Vietnam, who are in Japan, who are in China, these guys make a lot of money compared to their counterparts who are back home. So imagine when that incident happened, the community or the village the guy teaches, they also decide to kick all foreigners in that community out. How does that feel? So when you're making any decision, you also consider your people in the diaspora, especially when you're taking any decision regarding foreigners. You should be very careful. And that's the reason why when you go to Ghana, we disagree with Nigerians taking over our market. We are not happy, but our government has been very consistent in voicing out that we are not going to, get foreigners back in. No, we will not do that. But regardless of that, every day and every night, illegal foreigners, people who are disturbing the peace of the people who are into fraud are arrested and they are deported. The moment you are arrested, keep him 24 hours, you are in court. The court rules, oh yeah, you go back into your country. Because international relations is very important. And that is also the reason why the government of South Africa for a very long time decided to be quiet on the issue. When Operation Dudula, SA movement, when they were kicking foreigners out, going to the hospital, that is why all authorities continue to say that, no, you cannot treat them like that. But you know, sometimes behind those, public sayings, they are okay. They are okay with those actions. And I'm even very sure some of the authorities will go and like, Charlie, go do your thing. Charlie, Operation, go do your thing. But before the cameras, they will never support you. That is because of international relations. And so you need to be very careful on what decision that you take. It's very important. The legal reality of the whole story is that the community does not have the authority to sack foreigners out of that community. Even out of South Africa, they don't have that authority. Because look, you can arrest the suspect, you can take them to court, and the court can prosecute the person who committed the crime. Because everybody should face the consequences of the actions he takes. A community or a country people or a group of people or a foreigners should not bear the consequences of one person who have decided to misbehave in a country. There are bad people everywhere, regardless of the country, the nationality, the race. There are bad people everywhere. Bad people are naturally born bad. Bad people are naturally born bad. It doesn't take one tribe to be very bad. No. Nigerians, we have very good Nigerians. If you've lived them, some of them are so good. We also have very bad Ghanaians, very bad attitude. We have very bad South Africans, very bad attitude. They are naturally born bad. So it is always good to judge a personality according to the person, not categorize a whole group of community or countrymen. Or that is a very bad thing to do. So, bringing my story to an end, my point is that crime must be punished, borders must be managed, and people should own up to their mistakes. But innocent people must never pay for the crimes of individuals. No, innocent people must never pay for the crimes of individuals. So I ask the question, is sacking foreigners in South Africa or in that community, is that about safety or is it about scapegoating? And is that the right thing to do? Leave your comment in the comment section. It's a wrap for today.